Yo, it's Joe. What's up, everybody? We are back again with another video, and this video almost didn't get made. This is my most anticipated movies of 2020. I'm going to go ahead and do a top 10. I didn't think that I was going to make this video. The same reason I didn't do a worst videos of 2020 and best movies of 2020. Those movies, I felt like I would be forcing that video because I didn't know if I had enough for a top 10 or a top 5. And I didn't want to put anything in a best, like movies that were just okay. We either had to fall in a worst or best, and I felt like it just wouldn't have done the videos justice, so I didn't do those videos. And with this one, we don't know if these movies are going to stay in 2021 with the climate of the world. But I said, you know what the heck? As of right now, these movies are slated to be released in 2021. It could change as soon as this video is uploaded. But of right now, these are the movies of 2021, and these are my top 10. First off, let's just go ahead and get into it. My number 10 most anticipated movie of the year would have to be Halloween Kills. Who doesn't like a good Halloween movie? There's not a lot of good Halloween movies, but I thought the 2018 Halloween was such a good movie. It was such a fresh take on it. And I'm excited to see what they do with the character. I know this is the second part of a said trilogy that will apparently end the Halloween series, probably for maybe 5 years, and they'll reboot it or something like that. But I really love what they did with Halloween, and I'm excited to see what they do with Kills. There's been a lot of information that's been out about this movie that really gets me excited for it. I cannot wait for it. Number 9, we have Uncharted. This movie, it's been supposed to be made for a decade, it seems like, and Tom Holland's attached, Mark Wahlberg. I'm really excited to see what they do here, because this could be like a modern day Indiana Jones type movie, which would be awesome. And who didn't love the video games? My brother played them all the time. I suck at video games, so I mostly just watched him play, and he was phenomenal at it, and he had such good fun. I had fun watching him. I had fun enjoying the story as it unraveled, and I think that it could be something very well done if done correctly, and it could definitely be one of the best movies of the year if done correctly. That's why it's so low on the list. It could be higher. I just don't know if I have a ton of faith in it being done correctly. Number 8 on this list, you guys will probably go crazy, but it is Spyro from the Book of Saw. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. I love the Saw movies. I love it, and to see that trailer. And it seems like Chris Rock is trying to bring a new idea, a fresh take into the world of Saw, and I'm all for it. Some people may not be on board, but I thought that trailer looked phenomenal. It's got star power. It's got Samuel L. Jackson. It's got Chris Rock. I like the direction they're taking with it, where some of the shots in it look like they're like these tilted shots, where it kind of gives you that uneasy feel in a horror film. It looks really, really good. I know it was only one trailer. And it probably will, 8 times out of 10 turn out to be crap, but I'm all for it, and I have faith that this movie could be good. I may be like one of the only people on this entire earth that thinks that Spyro is going to be a good movie, but can't wait. Number 7 is probably even bigger stretch to number 8, and that's Mortal Kombat. Another guilty pleasure. I know that the Mortal Kombat movies are bad, but I love the video games so much, and I watched the Mortal Kombat movies when I was a kid, so I enjoyed them because these were characters I had played in the video games, and who kids getting to rip heads off of other characters, and going through the gauntlet of facing other characters and stuff like that. It was awesome. And I want that grit and that gore and that awesomeness of badassery to be brought to Mortal Kombat. And we got some behind the scenes look at the movie, and it looks pretty good. It does look a little generic, and one picture when they show I don't remember the character holding fire, it did kind of look a little Last Airbender, but it was okay. It's okay. We're gonna hope that this movie turns out to be pretty good. If it's decent, that's a step up from what we got from the other Mortal Kombat movies. So let's just fingers crossed that Mortal Kombat turns out to be good. That's my number 7. My number 6 is Godzilla vs. Kong. This movie just got pushed up to March, I believe. It's going to be released in theaters and on Netflix or HBO Max. And who doesn't want to see King Kong and Godzilla throw hands? The only time I got to see that is an old black and white movie, I believe, my parents had, of them fighting, and it was two guys in a suit, and it was awful. But we got some small looks at this movie, and I got to see Kong punching Godzilla in the face, and that right there is worth the price of admission. I did like Godzilla, King of the Monsters. There were some things that didn't work out that well, and I think that, like a Transformers movie, it focused a little bit too much on the human side, and we wanted to see more of, the monsters. And in Transformers movie, you want to see more of the Transformers. I felt like I had the same problem there, but it was action packed. It was fun, and monsters fighting each other. That's awesome, and that's all I really expect from Godzilla versus Kong. I don't expect it to be an award-winning film. I just expect to be highly entertained and seeing these two titans go at it. For my number 5, I have Matrix 4. I really love the first Matrix movie. I really, really do. It was such a great film to me. There's things to enjoy about the first and the second and the third film. But I really feel like they've had time to hammer out a really good story for Matrix 4. Behind the scenes shows that Trinity may be alive, and maybe we'll get a new version of Morpheus. Yahya Abdul-Mateen's attached to star in this film as well. Whoever he plays, if it be a young Morpheus or another version of Morpheus or a brand new character, he's on fire. He's awesome. He's great in everything he does. Who would want to see that? Keanu Reeves is on fire. I really think that this has got a lot of potential. And I'm one of those fans that I try to hold on to any little bit of faith that I can that a movie's going to be good. And I got faith in Matrix 4. It doesn't have to be as good as the first one, which is a task I don't know it could ever, be as good as the first one, because it was such a unique thing. It was such a groundbreaking thing. But if it's better than the second and the third one, I feel like that's an accomplishment. My number 4 is Spider-Man 3. This movie's going to be wild. WandaVision is supposedly leading into this, and this is leading to Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, or they're all connected. And, it's bonkers. Like, they're talking about having all these different Spider-Mans in it, bringing back all these villains, and they're filming now, I believe. And just who wouldn't be excited for this film? Now, I'm a little let down that, the only bad thing about this is we never really get to see Tom Holland have his own movie. It's always some other character there, or his villains are outshining him. I really want to see him just completely own the Spider-Man role. He's got a lot of potential, but I don't know if it's ever been fully realized. And I would like to see more of that. Maybe we'll get into Spider-Man 4, because this movie, they say it's still Tom Holland's movie, but it's so many characters. Do we honestly care about his Spider-Man after finding out that Tobey Maguire could be back, and Andrew Garfield, and Jamie Foxx, and Alfred Molina? Like, I feel like he's Doctor Strange and all these other people who are supposed to be in this movie. I feel like we're more excited to see them. We want to see them more than anything. And when Tom Holland's on screen, we'll just be thinking about, when are we going to see Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield? And, I feel like this movie has a chance to be a disaster, but then I think about Marvel, being in charge of making this film, and that gives me faith that it's not going to be crap. Because if any other studio was making this besides Marvel, with Kevin Feige at the helm, I would be a little nervous about all the characters and how they're going to get this story to work and stuff like that. But I feel like it's got a lot of potential. A lot of things to like about this movie, about what we're hearing about the story and stuff like that. And I think it's going to be pretty good. Number 3, The Suicide Squad. This is the Suicide Squad we needed, and I think it's what fans actually wanted. Heads blowing up, nonstop action, gore, gritty, edgy characters. They don't have to be dark and somber in tone and stuff like that. They don't have to be like that. There is going to be some jokes and gags with the Suicide Squad, and they're going to do some wild and funky stuff, and that's the great part about them. They're a ragtag team of villains, murderers, killers, people who've done some awful stuff, thieves, and you know, fractured, mentally ill. You know, it's just like there's a lot of crazy stuff that some of these characters have gone through and done. So, you know, to see, you know, one of them heads get blown off or anything like that. Yeah, some of them are sympathetic, like Deadshot and stuff like that. But, you know, it's just, I feel like this is what the Suicide Squad was supposed to be. And that's no shot at David Ayer, because I'm sure his film was better before it got completely butchered by Warner Brothers. But, you know, I just feel like this is going to be something great. I really, really do. Everything we've seen from the trailers, something about that Weasel character has completely got me hooked. He's probably in the movie for like 5 minutes. Who knows? Polka Dot Man looks awesome. Come on, man. Like, this is what the Suicide Squad is supposed to be. And I'm super excited for this film. My number 2 is A Quiet Place Part 2, or A Quiet Place 2. I love the first movie so much. I wanted to be back in that world so much, and when it was stripped away from us with the pandemic, it hurt. It really, really did. I really wanted it to be released on some type of streaming service or something like that, but nope. They wanted to hold on to the movie. They wanted it to be released, so they took it to 2021, and we're in 2021, and I'm super excited for this movie. I think it's going to be awesome. I think it's such a unique idea that there's so much potential there, and there's so many things we could do in this universe. I'm sure there'll be a third movie if this one does well. And maybe, and you know, I feel like John Krasinski did a phenomenal job, and he'll do a phenomenal job with this. The trailer that we got, it blew me away. It looked phenomenal, and I just cannot wait for A Quiet Place 2. My number 1, I think everybody kind of knows what this is, but it's Dune. Dune looks awesome. It looks awesome. The cast, the cinematography, oh my God, it looks amazing. I really feel like Dune is going to be the movie of the year. This is going to be a Star Wars level, Avatar level, Avengers level type movie where it's going to blow people away. And sadly, it probably won't make that much at the box office, because of, you know, it probably would have been on the level of those movies if, you know, the pandemic, but, you know, when this movie is released, the pandemic will probably still be going on to a degree. And, you know, the coronavirus will still be out there, and people won't be at full capacity in movie theaters and stuff like that. But I am so excited for Dune. I'll probably watch it from the comfort of my home, or maybe I will watch it in the theater. I really want to see this movie. I really think this is going to be something epic. It looks phenomenal. You know, I think Hans Zimmer is doing the score, just everything about this. And, Timothée Chalamet is a bona fide star. And, yeah, of course, it's got Zendaya in it, and Jason Momoa, and Josh Brolin. It's going to be great. And I know there's going to be a follow-up film, and we're going to get more into this universe. And, you know, I cannot wait for Dune. That's my top 10 list, guys. I really want to know what you guys are anticipating in this year. What's your top 10 or top 5 movies that you're anticipating this year? I know this list is a little wonky because I'm talking about it, but all of these movies I'm super excited for. Some of them a little bit more than others, but I just cannot wait. I want to know what you guys are thinking about 2021 and what you're anticipating. And if you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, and share. More videos to come. Until next time, peace.